Like I always say, they probably gonna try to cancel me for saying this, but I gotta tell the truth, especially to any man who's watching this and you kind of thinking stuff is sweet with your woman and she been trying to tell you how to love her, but you ain't trying to hear it. A woman will go from loving you so hard that she forgets herself. But at some point, she's going to love herself so deeply, she forgets all about you. And it's going to hurt. It's going to haunt you. You see, there's a grieving process that happens anytime a man plays with a woman until she says, you know what, game over. But the grieving for the woman happens before she gives up. The grieving for her happens time after time, conversation after conversation, when she's trying to resurrect a dead situation between the two of you, when she's trying to reach you and she's trying to get you to reach her. That's when her grieving happens. But when she finally gives up, she's more in the acceptance stage, the last stage of grieving. However, that's exactly when your grieving begins. And the difference is this. The woman's grieving was about who she thought you were, who you could have been. Your grieving is going to be about who she actually was, which is going to hurt so much more because who she is going to continue. Year after year that she's not with you, who she actually is going to continue. So your grieving, I'm not saying it can never end, but it's going to last so long because hers is rooted in truth. Yours was rooted in facade. So her grieving is just about accepting that what she once thought she loved and what she was so invested in really never was a thing. And as she sees your life play out and she sees how you move and she continues to edify herself, elevate herself, it's just becoming more and more confirmed that she made the right decision. Now to you, it's going to look like she's just so heartless, but she ain't heartless. She just realized where her heart truly belongs. That same energy that she was wasting on trying to water your desert, she's now using to nurture her own garden, and she's blooming just fine without you. And I'm telling you this because I think a lot of us get it so twisted because you see that woman in her grieving stages where she's scrapping, she's fighting, she's reaching, she's trying for anything that could make the relationship feel like it has some type of hope. And in that moment, you thinking, I'm even more comfortable. That's what you're thinking. You know what? I'm going to kick my feet up even better because you know what? All she's doing is showing me just how deeply I got her hooked. That's what an immature minded man would think. Oh man, look how much she crying for me. She's that much further away from actually leaving me. Look at her crying. Look at her begging for attention. Look at her reminding me, getting frustrated and saying, hey, look, I'm tired of this. But she ain't left yet. Oh man, I got it made. She ain't going nowhere. I'm finally seeing, you thinking this, I'm finally seeing just how much she can't live without me. Until she's not only living without you, she's thriving without you. But again, that's the grieving, that's the letting go process. You don't understand. Every time that she comes and brings something to your attention, she's hurting, she's in pain, she's frustrated, she stayed up all night, she got suspicions about what you got going on. After that emotional uprising, if you will, she starts to take another step back. Every single time she gets more and more and more detached. She's learning to live without you, or at least without that security that she thought she could have with you. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer. Because I need y'all to understand this. You see, alpha males do already, but it's just like a lot of my brothers out there. I don't know. I guess because I used to be y'all. I totally used to be y'all. I'm not saying put me on no pedestal. I'm talking to you eye to eye as a man because I know how dumb you're going to feel, how much you're going to feel it in your chest if you don't wake up and understand this. Now, sisters, as you listening to this, please hear me and hear me well. This is not for you to go and try to educate some type of man. This is not the curriculum for a man to become an alpha male. He has to have it already inside of him. Now, a man like me can give him some guidance to get over that hump, but that percentage of men who's actually able to hear and receive even what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, is so small, the odds are not in your favor for the man that you're dealing with that he's going to get it if you even try to bring this to his attention. Or if you think you're going to meet another man and then you'll just be able to teach him all of these things because, hey, as long as you point him in the right direction, he's good. Your best bet is just to get with an alpha male who already gets it. I'm always going to vouch for that. Get with an alpha male who already gets it. And if you feel like, well, I don't really know how to do that. I'm a good woman, but I'm overlooked. I'm a good woman. You're not overlooked. You're just looked at by the wrong ones because you haven't learned how to position yourself for the man who is equally yoked with you. who's also done the work, in which I give you the guidelines. I give you the step-by-step strategies to attract alpha males. Matter of fact, let me put that down in the comments. If you want it, matter of fact, just comment the word secrets. I'll send it to your inbox so you can see it right after we get off here. Comment the word secrets and I will send you secrets to attracting alpha males only. That's my masterclass. That's why I break it all the way down, how to upgrade the prospects, the quality of prospects that you're attracting as a woman without becoming something else, really just by honing in on who you truly are. But it's so much bigger than just being a good woman, because even alpha males don't have intuition. There are things you have to do to get in position to attract and make alpha males truly crave you. And once they do, you're going to have several after you. You just got to choose the one that's right for you. But back to what I was saying. Again, to my brothers out there, you dealing with a woman, you are 99% chance you are misinterpreting all of her energy that she's using to try and rescue the dying relationship. And at some point, she's going to treat you as if you never even existed. And that's going to be an extremely difficult pain to live down. Like she's going to stop making excuses for you and start making plans for herself. Like, I want to paint the picture of exactly how this evolution is going to happen. So depending on where you are, like, you may have some time, you may have a chance right now as you're listening to this. Maybe you can stop while you're behind before you go all the way to where you ain't got no chance at all. Because a woman will trade in your maybe some days for her definitely today. That uncertainty that you keep trying to linger in front of her and keep her chasing after the moving carrot. At some point, she's going to say, you know what? I ain't got my running shoes on no more. Like, hey, my feet hurt. I'm good. I'm not running after this moving carrot that doesn't want to come after me, doesn't want to meet me halfway. It's just moving away. I'm good. I'm good. And what that looks like is when she swaps in your broken promises for her unbreakable commitments, because that's where the safety becomes. You know, in the beginning, she gave you benefit of the doubt. And in that, she was able to have some level of safety, but it was more so in the optimism. But ain't no room for optimism if you're showing her over and over again, you don't deliver. So she may right now, or maybe in the past, constructed elaborate explanations for, you know, why you just couldn't show up consistently. But at some point, she's going to start constructing a life where consistency is the minimum requirement for entry. And you won't be allowed in. That don't mean that she's lowering her standards. That means she's finally enforcing them. Because those mental gymnastics that she used to perform, justifying all your behaviors, all of that, like, oh, it's because of this, or it's because of that. It's because, man, look, now she's channeled that energy into actual gymnastics and workout plans and career goals and friendships that don't require this Olympic level explanation skill. It's a lot more productive that way. She'll actually rather just reinvest her energy into leveling up and evolving in life instead of trying to make herself even feel good and gaslight herself out of the reality that all you're doing is taking her backwards in life. Am I making sense to anybody? If I'm making sense right now, put facts down in the comments. Got me over here sweating like a preacher. If I'm making, matter of fact, hit the share button. I want to make sure I shout some of y'all out who hit the share button. I love shouting y'all out who hit the share button. We need to get more like-minded people into this conversation because a lot of men don't know this. And there's a lot of women that also need to know what part of the process they're in so they stop fighting it, especially if it's inevitable. If that man ain't getting the message by now, he 30, 35, 45 years old, he ain't gonna never get it. Not from you. Or at least not from your presence. Sometimes your absence got to teach the lessons your presence tried to but couldn't. Sometimes your absence can speak so much louder than all of your begging, crying, explaining, and desire to resolve conflict ever could. And in that situation, I want to let guys know your notifications on her phone will go from something like she treats like an emergency to, yeah, whenever. And it's going to hurt. They're going to downgrade from something urgent to basically being treated like they're spam folder material. And it's going to hurt. She will treat you like she never even met you. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. She'll like your calls. And I know this is really like confusing because it's like, oh my goodness, it was just like, yeah, it was just like before you just did the things that you did. But they will downgrade. They'll get demoted from something she used to drop everything to check to something she, you know what, she'll get to it when she get to it. She'll roll her eyes at the messages. And y'all be thinking, oh, it's disrespect because, you know, the same way she treats your messages, that's the same way she treat whenever you got something to say to her and you upset with her, she start rolling her eyes and everything about her body language, her facial expression says she really ain't trying to hear nothing you trying to say. She can't wait for you to stop talking the moment that you start. That's a telltale sign that woman is already leaving mentally and the physical won't be long after because she loved you so deeply she had forgotten herself. But now she's turning that love back on her and she about to forget you. She about to forget you. And the forgetting is really just the acceptance because it's not a literal forgetting. It's an acceptance that what she thought never was. And that's going to hurt. I know a lot of y'all, you see, here's the thing. A lot of women probably won't even like hearing this, but I'm big bro. I'm just here to tell you the truth. What you do with this is on you. But a lot of men actually do love the woman that they mistreat. Sounds crazy, right? Because just because a man loves you don't mean he deserves you. Just because a man loves you don't mean he know how to love you correctly. I always say this, like love is like water. It's only as good to receive as the vessel that it flows through. Just because a man loves you don't mean that love is healthy for you. So to the water analogy, think of water. Water is good for you, right? Yeah, unless it flows through a rusty, contaminated pipe. But it's water. It's 75% of our bodies are water and 75% of the earth is water. We all need water to live. Yeah, but if it's poisonous, you need to stay away from that water. Even something beautiful or what should be beautiful can be compromised. So if the man is trying to love you or does have love for you, if he's compromised because of his ego, unhealed trauma, whatever issues that he got going on, that love ain't worth receiving. So I'm saying this to men who may not understand that your love is poisonous to that woman, even though you do have it. But that love is what's going to hurt you so badly once she finally gives up on you. That's the love that you have that you never in a healthy way communicated or showed to her. That's what's going to have you hurting so badly when she finally gives up on you. And then she's going to become a woman, whereas, in the beginning, she never missed a beat, man. She anticipated your needs, your birthdays, your mama birthdays. When a woman loves you, bro, she pays attention to everything about you because she really loves making you it becomes her privilege to take care of you. But then you turn her from a woman who once memorized your schedule to a woman that can't even remember the last time she even thought about you. I think y'all need to understand that. Katja says love is unconditional. Love may be unconditional in a noun form, but not in a verb format. Love should not be unconditional at all in a verb format. Because the source from which your love flows is not unconditionally safe or operable. There are conditions for your heart, which gives the love, right? Your mental, whatever you want to call it. There are conditions for it to even operate. Therefore, love cannot be unconditional. That's like saying water is unconditional, but the faucet may turn off sometimes. Well, how can what it produces be unconditional if it is conditional whether or not it's operable and what it needs to function? And you see, this is something that I want sisters to understand. It's like your love shouldn't be unconditional because the man who's truly safe for you he'll welcome conditions. He'll like the fact that you had conditions before he even came along. He'll love that. He'll appreciate that. There's not a man alive who wants his daughter's love to be unconditional. The whole point of us raising our daughters and giving her the game is to teach her what conditions to require of a man who wants to come in her life. Look, I'm going to tell the truth. Like I said, you're not always going to agree with me. That's because I'm here to tell the truth. Look, I do this for free for a reason. Like, all I ask that you pay it forward and hit the share button if I'm saying anything that you know is true. And once you do, comment, share so I can shout you out. If you hit and share on this, share this right now. And when you do, comment, share so I can shout you out. But yeah, I'm here to tell the truth, sis. But I really wanted brothers to understand, like a woman will go, she'll trade in analyzing all of those mixed signals for sending herself clear ones. If you keep on putting her in positions where she don't know where she stands with you, she don't know what's next. You see, to a young, naive woman, maybe even unhealed woman, all of that uncertainty and roller coaster, oh yeah, that's cool. That's exciting. But to a grown woman, predictability equates to safety. Reliability equates to safety. She don't want blow up arguments, then make up sex, then ghosting, then popping up with balloons and flowers and rings. And that's not sexy to a grown woman. So once she grows up within herself, once she gets her self-esteem up, she's not going to be trying to analyze all your mixed signals. She's going to establish the clear ones. She's going to exchange decoding your messages for delivering her own that keep her from looking to yours for any type of validation or clarity or certainty. It is what it is. Before you even open your mouth, she's already answered any question that she had about you. She'll replace interpreting your actions for implementing her own intentions on her life. Because your actions are having a certain impact on her life that clearly you're not taking seriously. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're messing up her schedule, you're messing up her energy, you're taking away her time, you're making her look crazy. So at some point, she's going to say, okay, look, I gave you the privilege, I gave you the responsibility of having an impact on my life that was going to get me closer to my goals for myself. Clearly, you didn't take that seriously. Okay, I got it from here. And now that mental energy that she once spent dissecting the possible meanings behind your 3-word text and inconsistent attention, it now powers her passion projects. Now it's basically her reinvesting everything she was wasting on you. Does this make sense to anybody? And again, as I'm saying this, I've noticed in my inbox a lot of women, y'all so ready to fix and repair and restore and heal and nurture. And that's beautiful, but it's misplaced. When you're dealing with a man who's 30 and up, 35 and up, 40 and up, he already set in his ways. And there's only one or two things that's going to change that man. And I talked about this in the masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. Either one, he's going to have a concerted effort to elevating and better himself as a man. It's going to be step by step, month after month, year after year. It's going to be something he already has a conviction for. So to that group of men, it's a very small group. They may hear me and say, okay, cool, I got a little clarity now. I'm on. 90% of the time, it takes an extremely painful event in that man's life. Now, if he's 20 years old, he's still becoming a man. I'm not talking about these super young guys. Okay. But 30, 35 and up, that man has practiced his ways over years before you came along. And if you had never been born, he would have already have had certain habits established. Why am I saying all of this? Because when you come up against a man's bad habits, you up against something so much bigger than you. So if he ain't already growth oriented, if he's not already principle led, like an alpha male is, you fighting a losing battle. And you see, when I talk to the alpha males, I'm not talking to men who already got, these are men. I'm just inserting a little guidance. I'm just inserting a little direction, a little reality check, but they already on that. This is the type of man, you ain't had to repeat yourself over and over and over again. He heard you right the first time and he acted on it. But for y'all, I'm going to tell y'all just like I tell my sisters, just like I'm going to teach my daughters one day. You don't be out here complaining how men need to grow up. Get you a man who's already grown. And they do exist. I'm not one of those that think all men are bad. I don't think that at all. It'd be pointless for me to even speak on this if I felt like all men are bad. No, there's a group of men who will love you correctly. And so properly, you'll be thanking God and asking God, how did a love like this even exist this whole time and I didn't have it? Sounds corny until you're the one experiencing it, which you can if you know how to position yourself for an alpha male, which I gave the step-by-step strategies to do exactly that in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. Over 12,000 women have already testified how it helped them land their alpha male. Now, you can keep on trial and erroring and winging it if you want to. That's up to you. But if you want the proven steps to attracting an alpha male, comment the word secrets. Or just click the link you see pinned down there in the comments. I just put it down there. And that'll give you free access to my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. But back to what I was saying, man, like, fellas, to at least one man out there who got sense, that woman, she loved you so hard. She forgot herself. And now she loves herself so deeply, she forgot all about you. Maybe it's too late. Or maybe you're still in that process. I don't know. Just know it's not because her love just diminished. It's because it finally found its rightful recipient. The energy that she once wasted trying to water your desert now nourishes her own garden. And again, she is blooming just fine without you. I know that hurts, but don't think it's revenge. It's not revenge, okay? It's not revenge. It's arithmetic. When she finally calculated what loving you was costing her versus what loving herself paid, that made you irrelevant. You're not competing with another man. You are competing with the peace she finds when she stops waiting for you. And that peace is undefeated. So you can either try to keep being a detractor from that peace, a thief of that peace, or if you're smart, you can help protect that peace and therefore protect your ability to remain in access to her. That part is up to you. Now, some people ain't going to feel anything that I just said, but if you're one of those that this resonated with, man or woman, keep your money. I just ask that you pay it forward. Bless somebody else by finding a little arrow down here at the bottom and hitting the share button so somebody else can get value from this as well. You know, I'm your internet big bro. I got your back always. And if you want more on this topic, or specifically the topic of how to attract alpha males, sisters especially, click the link that you see pinned down here, right here at the bottom, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. That'll get you access to the proven strategies to attracting much higher quality prospects so you can skip the ghetto of the dating pool. Yeah, the part that got piss in it. Or comment the word secrets. Comment the word secrets. I'll just send it to you. I'll let y'all be good.